Hello, everybody. My name is Omnixius, and I am the writer of Heather the Necromancer and the Dragon Knight Prophecy. And this is going to be a conversation about Heather. I want to give you a roadmap for the future and explain how I'm going to move through the story and going into the future. Because Book 1 is about to close. In Chapter 24 or 25, you're going to see the closing of Book 1. I'm shooting for a light novel format, about 50,000 words. I'm going to go over it, but as long as I stay close to that 50,000 mark, I think I'm going to be happy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 to 2 weeks off and write all of Book 2 for Heather. So I'll write cover to cover. I'll write the entire book in the next 2 weeks. I'll cut it up into chapters. I'll clean up the first 10 chapters and get them polished and ready to publish. And then what I'll do is I'll release Chapter 1 on Royal Road. And I'll put Chapters 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7 on Patreon at different tiers. So like the $1 and $3 tier will be able to read 2 chapters ahead. The $5 tier will be able to read 4 chapters ahead. And the $10 tier will be able to read 6 chapters ahead. And then I'm going to commit to releasing Heather twice a week. It's most likely going to be Tuesdays and Friday. And then, because that's when I release the Dragon Knight, that way I'm doing them all on the same day and I'm getting everything done at once. And then, as I add chapters to Patreon, they'll bump out of Patreon and go to Royal Road, and we'll keep a nice rolling schedule of these. I want to do this for a couple of reasons. Right now I'm unemployed, so it's easy for me to write. I write quite a bit every day. Because I'm unemployed, I'm literally treating writing like it's my job. I'm coming to my desk, I'm spending 8 hours a day, and I'm writing. I'm getting the work done. I'm polishing chapters for both Heather and the Dragon Knight. Sometimes I'm watching material that, things on writing, or I'm studying the uses of certain mechanics in storytelling, and I'm trying to improve. I come from a background where English, I have almost no skill in English. So I come from a background where I have a huge handicap in what I'm doing, but I really want to do this. I really want to tell stories, and I am doing everything I can to get better. That being said, because I'm unemployed and I know I'm going to go back to work sooner or later, I just want, starting in Book 2, I want to move to a 2 release a week schedule. That way, when I do go to work, I know I can maintain that. I apply for a dozen jobs a week at this point. I've gone to several interviews already. Sooner or later, I'm going to go back to work. And sooner or later, I won't be able to maintain a chapter every day schedule. So starting with Book 2, we'll go into that. I'm looking at some Patreon goals where, if we can reach certain levels of Patreon to where I can cut back to maybe part-time, or then just drop the job altogether, where I will commit to, much greater release schedules for Heather, not for the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight chapters are big. Heather chapters are relatively small. There's usually 3 Heather chapters in 1 Dragon Knight chapter. And because the Dragon Knight is a very in-depth, very lore-heavy, very methodically written story, there is no rushing it. The Dragon Knight needs time. So, and that's already being released twice a week. The fact that I can release that volume of the Dragon Knight twice a week is a huge accomplishment. Adding Heather on top of that is just really, really pushing myself. But that's something I needed to do too. I needed to know that I could do this. I needed to know that I could sit down and treat this like a job before I really started asking people for Patreon donations. Because once people start donating, it is a job. It's a commitment. People are investing in you and saying, I want to give you this in the hopes that you will produce more of what I like. And I want to commit to that. So, like I said, since I know the job is coming, I'm going to move to, in Book 2, 2 releases a week. And then we'll go from there. I'll set up the Patreon goals, and if we hit them, I will commit to doing more. I'll put a magical goal in there, and if we can hit it, I will commit to releasing Heather, 5 days a week again. No Saturday and Sunday. I got to have some days off. But Monday through Friday, I will commit to doing that again. And you will get Heather books like crazy. You'll basically be getting 1 full Heather book a month at that rate. So, anyway, I just wanted to do this really quickly. I don't want to go too long. And I hope you're enjoying the book. I have been reading some of the comments, and I've responded to them. I've seen some of the concerns that I'm making Heather a little bit juvenile. that she's responding more like she's half her age. I'm doing that for a reason. I was trying to establish a personality trait about Heather, but I think I went too far with it. And this is going to course correct now, and she's going to start behaving a little bit more maturely. So if you were concerned about that, this is going to start to course correct going forward. Anyway, thank you all. I really appreciate the comments. I really appreciate the donations. And I love writing this story. And I will work diligently to nail down Heather, nail down Frank, and both their personalities, and try to be consistent with them and try to tell an engaging story. Anyway, thank you all, and have a good day.